which you can find on page 627.
As you find your prayer books and turn to 627, just a quick note as we try to create what they call in Hebrew a makom kedushah. We try to create a holy space. We remind everyone that if you have a cell phone, please either turn it to vibrate or to the off position if possible. So, Shabbat Shalom. Page 627. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Moachem Leshalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu Ni Leshalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem Leshalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Page 187, Andrew will read the prayer, either you will. Page 187. This is we have a postmodern bar mitzvah, and so Andrew's turning into Michelle, and this is normal today. Page 187.
I need reading glasses. Either you will go through this door, or you will not go through. If you go through, there is always a risk of remembering your name. Things look at you doubly, and you must look back and not let them happen. If you do not go through, it is possible to live worthily, to maintain your attitude, to hold your position, to die bravely. But much will blind you, much will evade you. At what cost, who knows? The door itself makes no promises. It is only a door.
Thank you, Michelle. We now present the Tallit to the Bar Mitzvah. And so I'd like to ask Judy and Adam to come forward with the Tallit in hand, and Ethan to come forward with his shoulders ready for his Tallit.
Third step. Ethan, if you would repeat after me. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehitatef b'tzitzit. Congratulations.
Adam and Judy continue on page 191. with the poem by Yehuda Amichai on the Talmud.
Whoever wrapped in a tallit in one's youth will never forget taking it out of the soft sack, opening the folded tallit, spreading it, kissing the border along its length. Afterwards, a great sweep over the head like the heavens, like a chuppah, like a parachute. Afterwards, folding it around one's head as if playing hide and seek, and then wrapping the body in it, tight, tight, letting it fold you like a cocoon, and then opening it like wings for flying.
And why there are stripes and not black and white squares like a chessboard? Because squares are finite, without hope, and stripes come from infants and go on to infancy, like the runaways at the airport,
So the angels may land and take off. When you wrap yourself in a tallit, you cannot forget coming out of a swimming pool or the sea and being wrapped in a great towel and casting it over one's head and wrapping in it tight, tight, and shivering a little and laughing and blessing.
Amen. We continue on page 192 with Ma Tov.
Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael, vani berov chastecha vovetecha, eshtachave elechol kodshecha ve'yiratecha, Adonai ahavti be'om betecha, Umikom mishkan kevodecha, vani ashachave vechra, evrecha lifnei Adonai osi, vani tefilati, Adonai et ratzon, Elohim berov hastecha, neni bemet ishecha.
I'd like to call up Ethan for the reading I Am a Jew, which was written by Edmund Flagg in French about 100 years ago. And Ethan, what language are you going to read this in? English.
I am a Jew because the faith of Israel demands no abdication of my mind. I am a Jew because the faith of Israel requires all the devotion of my heart. I am a Jew because in every place where suffering weeps, the Jew weeps. I am a Jew because at every time when despair cries out, the Jew hopes. I am a Jew because the word of Israel is the oldest and the newest. I'm a Jew because Israel's promise is the universal promise. I'm a Jew because for Israel, the world is not complete. We are completing it. I am a Jew because for Israel, humanity is not created. We are creating it. I'm a Jew because Israel places humanity and its unity above the nations and above Israel itself. I'm a Jew because above humanity, image of the divine unity, Israel places the unity which is divine.
Amen. We continue with Nishmat on page 219.
Nishmat kol chai, tevarech et shimcha Adonai Eloheinu, veruach kol besar, v'tipar v'tromam zerchecha malkeinu tamid. Let the soul of everything alive bless your name, Adonai our God, and the spirit of all flesh glorify and exalt your name forever, O sovereign. Transcending space and time, you alone are God. We have no sovereign beside you. God of the first and the last, God of all creatures, master of all generations, who is praised in the multitude of praises, who guides the world with abundant loving kindness and all creatures with mercy. Adonai neither slumbers nor sleeps. God awakens the sleeping, arouses those who slumber, gives speech to the mute, and God loosens the bonds of captives. God supports the fallen and strengthens those who are bent over. You alone do we acknowledge.
We continue with the Reader's Kaddish, page 220.
Yitkadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah me'alma divrach yirutei ve'amlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei kol Beit Yisrael bagala u'v'zman kariv ve'imeru amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam me'almaya yitbarach ve'yishtabach Vitpar vitromam vitnaseh, vitadar vitale, vitalal, shemei dekudesha brechu, leila min chol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran mi'ama, ve'imeru amen.
Page 225, asking Jason to come forward to read What Makes a Fire Burn. Jason, if you're too short, you can step on the wood stick.
I think we're all right. What makes a fire burn is the space between the logs, a breathing space. Too much of a good thing, too many logs, packed in too tight, can douse the flames almost as surely as a pail of water would. So building fires requires attention to the spaces in between, as much as to the wood. We are able to build open spaces in the same way we have learned to pile on the logs. Then we can come to see how it is the fuel and the absence of fuel together that make the fire possible. We only need to lay a log lightly from time to time. A fire grows simply because the space is there, with openings in which the flame that knows just how it wants to burn can find its way.
Please rise for the Baruch on page 226.
Marchu et Adonai hamevorach. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam vaed.
We continue with Yotzer Or on page 228.
Praised are you, Adonai, God, sovereign of the universe, creator of light and darkness, who makes peace and fashions all things. In mercy, you illuminate the world and those who live upon it. In your goodness, you daily renew creation. How numerous are your works, Adonai. In wisdom, you formed them all, filling the earth with your creatures. Be praised, Adonai, our God, for the excellent work of your hands, and for the lights you created. May they glorify you. Shine a new light upon Zion. that we all may swiftly merit its radiance. Praised are you, Adonai, creator of all heavenly lights. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzei Hamorot.
Continue with the Declaration of Faith on page 232, 233.
Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kavod, Malto Le'olam Va'ed. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever.
Please be seated as we continue with the Haftarah on page 233.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, ושבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, ושרתם להיות על ידיך, והולדות אפוד בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Everyone here can join together in the English on page 234. We all join together. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Press them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away. When you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments, to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai. Page 236, we continue together. Adonai said to Moses as follows: Speak to the Israelite people and instruct them to make for themselves fringes on the corners of their garments without division. Let them attach a cord of blue to the fringe of each corner. It shall be your fringe. Look at it and recall all the commandments of Adonai and observe them. Do not follow your heart and eyes with your lust. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. We continue with Mitzvah on page 204.
מי כמוך ואלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, יא לי 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 לי, יא לי 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 לי, יא לי 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 li 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 li, ya li 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 li.
Page Logan and Darren, the good in us will win.
The good in us will win over all the wickedness, over all the wrongs we have done. We'll look back at the pages of written history and be amazed. And then we will laugh and sing, and the good that is in us, children in their cradles, will have won.
Our hearts beat with certainty that there is a day and an hour in a mountain called Zion, and that all of sufferings will gather there in song, bringing out into every corner of the earth, end to end. And the nations will hear it, and like the caravans in the desert, will all to that morning.
And what is my lifespan? I'm like a man gone out of Egypt, Red Sea parts, I cross on dry land, 2 walls of water, on my right and on my left, Pharaoh's army and his horsemen behind me. Before me, the desert, perhaps the promised land too. This, my lifespan.
Page 242 for the Tefillah, please rise.
Adonai sefetai tiftachu fi agite hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vechonei HaKol, V'zocher Hasdei Avod V'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'nechem, Leman Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaya Kol atah Rav Lehoshia. Mekakel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim. Somech Noflim Verofech Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umechayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Micha Mocha Bal Kevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, Venaman Atah Lechayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye HaKol.
Please be seated. We continue now with the Shamru on page 250.
Ethan, I'm going to ask you to the word that, and you know this word from religious school, ruach. Let's bring some ruach into the room, and Vashamru is a perfect song to do so. So I'm going to ask you to come up to the reader's table, and you're going to do one very difficult task. So you're going to lead the Shabbos fist pumps. Whenever I say the word Shabbat in the song, we're going to get everybody going by yelling out Shabbos as loud as you can. Veshamru, page 250. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Shabbos lasod et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam, veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Shabbos lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Beini uvein v'nei Yisrael oti leolam, oti leolam, oti leolam, veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Shabbos lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et haaretz veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Shabbos lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi Shavat vayinafash, Shavat vayinafash, Shavat vayinafash, veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Shabbos lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. A little ruach, a little energy, a little spirit.
If you want to do it again and see if
We
you
can
get more.
all day long. We could do it all day long.
Is there a herd of wild elephants we could bring in?
If you create enough ruach, then you can generate enough vibration to move the building over 4 feet to the left.
I think we need permission though from the Buildings and Grounds Committee to do that.
As the saying goes, it's always easier to ask for forgiveness than it is for permission.
Page 258, Sim Shalom, and 259, I'd like to ask Mike to come forward to read the address. And then Darren and Logan on 261.
Sim shalom, sim shalom tova uvracha ba'olam, sim shalom tova uvracha. And v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael amecha. Borkeinu yotzreinu kulanu ke'echad be'or panecha sim shalom tova uvracha ba'olam, sim shalom tova uvracha. One more time. Sim shalom tova uvracha ba'olam, sim shalom tova uvracha.
Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, happiness and health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among the inhabitants of our world. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Adonai, who bless your people each with peace.
I will be reading for the second Darren and Logan. I need strength, humility, courage, patience. Strength to control my passions, humility to assess my own worth, courage to rise above defeat, patience to cleanse myself of imperfection, and wisdom to learn and live by our sacred deeds. Let me not be discouraged by my failings. Let me take heart from all that is good and noble in my character. Keep me from falling victim to cynicism. Teach me sincerity and enthusiasm. Endow me with perception and courage, that I may serve others with compassion and love.
And now I'd like to ask the proud grandmother, Judy, to come forward to read My Hope for You to Ethan, her grandson.
As you travel along the path that will be your life, may you walk on firm ground with the wind at your back and the sun shining gently on your face. May your mind, body, and hands be strong, and may their work be guided by both the wisdom of your soul and the compassion of your heart. May you draw from the strength and wisdom of our tradition and those who came before you and make them your own. May you have beautiful dreams which inspire you and make your pursuit of those dreams be fulfilled. May your successes be many, and when you don't succeed, may you learn and grow from the experience and go on. May you always give yourself the gift of learning something new. May you have the courage of conviction and patience to fight what you know to be right. May you laugh often. May you always go to sleep at night with that feeling of satisfaction that comes from a day well lived. May you always have peace in your home and in your heart. May you know unbridled joy, and may your sorrows be few and far between. May you find true, enduring love, and may you be blessed with children as wonderful as you. May you always have good friends. May you always feel the love of family and friends that embraces you today. As you take your place among the Jewish people of your generation, may God grant you a long, healthy, happy, and peaceful life. And may God help you be the change you want to see in the world.
We pause now for a moment of silent prayer and meditation. Follow that with Oseh Shalom, page 200.
Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Israel, Ve'imru, Imru, Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kol Israel, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kol Israel, ve'imeru, Amen.
That concludes the morning service. Ethan, do you want to do the Torah service, or should we call it a day?
You're the rabbi, right?
Uh-oh. right, well, let's do the Torah service because we have a special Torah reader this morning who did a really good job last night. So I'd like to ask us to all rise. Page 362, as the ark is open. I'd like to ask the bar mitzvah boy to please come up to the ark, to the bima, and stand in front of the open ark. Page 362, Ein Kamocha.
Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai, ve'ein kema'asecha, malchutecha malchut kol olamim, umemshaltecha bechol dor v'hador. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai imloch, Leolam va'ed, Adonai oz le'amo yitain, Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom, av harachamim, heitiv avirtzoncha et Zion, tivnei chomot Yerushalayim, Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim, ki v'cha levad batachnu, melech el ram v'nisa adon olamim, ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, udevar Adonai mirushalayim, Baruch shenatan Torah Torah, Baruch shenatan Torah Torah, le'amo Israel, B'kedushato. Just turn around and just come to the middle right here, right there. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Gadlul Adonai Hiti, Uneromem Shemo Yaktav, Lech Adonai Agedula, Ve'agevura, Ve'atiferet, Ve'anetzach, Ve'ahod, Ki kol b'shamayim uvaretz, Ki kol b'shamayim uvaretz, Lech Adonai hamamlacha, Umi nahaseh lechol erosh, Rammemu, Rammemu, Adonai Eloheinu, Ve'ishachavu, Ve'ishachavu, Lecha Kodsho, Ki Kadosh, Adonai Eloheinu.
I'd like to call up, you may be seated. I'd like to call up first Aliyah, your sister, Arlie Bennett. תעמוד הרלי בנדר אחות של איתן לעלייה הראשונה.
Baruch Adonai Amorach Le'olam Va'ed. Amen.
Vadaber Adonai El Moshe Lemor. Naso et Rosh Bene Geshon Amen. The great Avatam no Mishpotam. The Ben Shiloshim Shana. Amala Ad Ben Mishim Shana. Tifod Otam. Kol Hagad Litzvos Lavod Avodah Ohel Moed. Zot Avodah. Mishpahot Hager Shuni. La'avodu Masah.
Amen.
And now for the second aliyah, we'd like to call up Ethan's aunt, Jara.
Baruch Adonai Amorach Le'olam Va'ed. Amen.
Venasu et Yuri ot Hamishken, Baet Ohel Moed, Misehu Yumise, Atahasha Sher Alav, Milmala, Baet Masa, Eta Ohel Moed, Baet Kol Yazer, Baet Masa Eta Sha'ar, Yazer Asher Al Hamishken, Baet Hamisebach Savi, Baet Mitrihem, Baet Kol Klai Avodatam, Be'et kol asher yoshe lahem be'avodu al ki aharon uvanav tehi kol avodat bene hagershuni leho masam bilho avodatam uvkadem alehem be'mishmeret et kol masam.
Amen.
And now I'd like to call for the third aliyah, Adam and Michelle.
Baruch Adonai Hamorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam. Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim. V'natan lana et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Until the break,
Amen.
Zot avodat mishpachot bene hagershuni ohel moed yumishmartam beyed itamar ben Aharon okohen bene Merari lemishpachotam levet avotam tivkod otam.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam. Asher natalanu Torah emet. Ve'hadyot olam nata betochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
And now for the fourth aliyah, we'd like to call up Judy, Dante, and Al.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Vaed. Amen.
Mi ben shilashim shana v'amala va'ed ben amishim shana tivkadem. Kol haba latzava la'avod et avodat ohel moed.
You gotta do the blessings.
Amen.
You can do it off that.
Wait, we have one more aliyah. And this is the bar mitzvah aliyah. And I guess this is the aliyah that counts. It's the official one for your bar mitzvah. Are you ready, Ethan? Okay, I'm just gonna move the microphone a little bit that way. I'd like to call up Yisrael Ben Adam, the aliyah Hamishid, Ethan Bender, to call up for the Torah on the occasion of his bar mitzvah on this Shabbat morning.
Baruch et Adonai Hamra.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Hamra Lion Vaed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher Baruch Gonu Mikol Amim Benatan Lonu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Vadaber Adonai El Moshe Lemor. Daber Aharon Ve'el Anaav Lemor. Koro Tevrachu et Bnei Israel. Amor Lahem. Yevaraha Adonai Ve'ishmerecha. Yaher Adonai Hanaav Elecha Vehunecha. Yisa Adonai Hanaav Elecha Ve'asem Leha Shalom. Ve'samu et Shemi al Bnei Israel. Va'ani Avarehem. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher notan lonu torat emet behaye olam nota betoheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten Torah.
Amen. Step off for a second. Okay.
Please rise as
And then
we
we'll
raise
go
the Torah.
Zot Torah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai miyad Moshe. Torah, 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 tzivel lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tzivel lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tzivel lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tzivel lanu Moshe. Right now, Torah, blessings, and then English.
Baruch, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratzah v'divrei hanemarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai hoboher b'torah uv'Moshe avodah uv'Israel amo uv'nve'eh ha'emet b'tzedek. There was a man named Mona from Zorah. He was a Danite clan, and his wife was barren, never having given birth. One day, an angel of the Eternal appeared to the woman and said to her, "Yes, you are barren and unable to have children, but you shall be pregnant and give birth to a son. Take care not to drink wine or beer or eat anything impure, for you shall soon be pregnant and give birth to a boy. His hair is never to be cut, because from the womb he is God's Nazarite. He will begin to liberate Israel from the hand of the Philistines." The woman went and told her husband, "A man of God came to me. He looked like an angel of God, very frightening. I didn't ask him where he had come from, and he didn't tell me his name. All he said to me was this: 'You shall soon be pregnant and give birth to a boy. You are not to drink wine or beer, nor eat impure food, because the boy shall be God's Nazarite from the womb to the day of his death.'" Mona then turned to the Eternal in prayer, saying, "The Eternal One, please let your messenger return to us and teach us how to bring up our child." God listened to Mona's prayer, and the angel of God returned to the woman as she was sitting in the field. Her husband, Mona, was not there. The woman ran quickly and told her husband, "The man who came here that day has shown up again." So Mona followed his wife and came to the man, saying to him, "Are you the man who spoke to my wife?" "Yes, I am," he answered. "May your words come true," said Mona. "What do you prescribe for the boy? What is he to do?" The angel of the Eternal said to Mona, "Your wife must do exactly as I instructed her. She must eat nothing that comes from a grapevine. She must not drink wine or beer. She must eat nothing impure. Let her do exactly as I instructed her." Mona said to the angel of the Eternal, "Please let us detain you while we cook a kid for you." The angel of the Eternal said to him, "Even if you were to detain me, I could not eat your food. If you want to make a burnt offering, offer it up to the Eternal." Mona had not realized that this was an angel of the Eternal. Mona then said to the angel, "What is your name? We would like to honor you when your words come true." "Why is it," said the angel of the Eternal, "that you asked my name? It belongs to another order." So Mona took the kid and some grain, put it on a rock, and offered it up to the Eternal. As Mona and his wife watched, they saw something extraordinary. As the flame rose skyward from the altar, the angel of the Eternal went up in the flame. Seeing this, Mona and his wife threw themselves to the ground, face downward. Only then did Mona understand that this was truly an angel of the Eternal. Never again did the angel of the Eternal appear to Mona and his wife. So Mona said to his wife, "We shall surely die because we have seen a divine being." But his wife answered him, "Had the Eternal intended to take our lives, God would not have taken from us a burnt offering and a meal offering, and would not have shown us all this and given such a message just now. The woman gave birth to a child. She called him Samson. The boy grew up with the blessing of the Eternal. The Spirit of the Eternal first began to move him in the encampment of Dan, between Zorah and Eshtaol. Adonai Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Ser Kol Halomim Sadi Bekol Hadorot Ahel Haneman Homeher Veoseh Hamdaber Imkayem Shekol Devarav Emet Batzedek Al HaTorah Ve'al HaAvodah Ve'al Hanvi'im Ve'al Yom HaShabbat Hazeh Shanatata Lanu Adonai Eloheinu Likdusha Elumnuha La'avod Yotiferet Al HaKol Adonai Eloheinu Aknaknu Modim Lach Varahim Otach Itabarach Shimhana Befi Kol Hai Talmid Leolam Ayed Baruch Atah Adonai Mikadash Hashabbat.
Amen.
We are all gathered here today to celebrate my bar mitzvah. Now you might just sit back and think a bar mitzvah is just another birthday, like a 15th birthday, but it truly has a deeper meaning. There can be many different meanings to people about what a bar mitzvah is, but to me and my family, it's not just a birthday, but it's a day to remember forever. It's a day where I can be pronounced a man, no longer a child. In my Torah portion, God speaks to Moses about how he blesses and protects the Israelites. I believe that God is showing that he is always with us. He protects us during the difficulties we encounter in today's world. I am blessed in having a loving family, a full refrigerator, and a house to call home. These are not to be taken lightly. I appreciate all that I have, for I am truly blessed. The Torah teaches us to love, goodness, hope, and freedom. For my bar mitzvah project, I decided to do a clothing drive. This is something my family has been doing for several years, but could not do recently because of COVID-19. This year on Thanksgiving, we will be making a comeback, collecting clothes for a clothing drive, handing them out to the homeless. Makes me feel that we are doing our job by helping others. The recipients are most appreciative and always thank us for distributing the clothing. There are many people who have helped me get to this day. These people are my close family and friends. I would like to acknowledge the spiritual presence of my grandfather, Henry Elias Bender, my great-grandmother, Gigi Castor Giovanni. I would like to thank my mother and father who have always supported me and encouraged me to be the best person I can be. My sister Harley, who is my personal chauffeur and shares her experiences with me to prevent me from making the same mistakes. Nona and Papa, the people who make the best pasta meals, along with giving their useful advice. My grandma Judy, my other chauffeur, who is a great substitute for Grandma Lee, helps with all of my schoolwork, and she really should be taking 60% credit for this speech. I want to thank all of my Hebrew school teachers I have had through the years, the rabbi, and especially Andre Ivory, who has worked with me preparing my bar mitzvah. I also appreciate everyone who has come today and those who have tuned in on Zoom to help me celebrate my bar mitzvah. I hope God protects each of you and that we do our part to protect each other. Thank you.
Big day. Thank you for being here today, either in person or via Zoom. Ethan Elias Bender, now that you're having your bar mitzvah and making the transition from a boy to a young man, it allows me to reflect on the first 13 years of your life. The first year was a doozy. You couldn't digest any food, and whatever you ate went right back up. You wore hard casts on both your legs, but you wore them with a smile while laughing. Through the years, we've shared many adventures, going to theme parks, riding motorcycles, and splashing in the ocean. You've had the desire to try basically and played every sport imaginable. You truly have had a blessed childhood. Some would call you strong-willed. I'd call you extremely stubborn. You let everyone know whether you want to do something or not. When it comes to schoolwork and studying for your bar mitzvah, it did not come easily to you. You knew what had to get done. You put the time in to achieve your goals. Moving forward, please continue with your growth mindset and compassion to me. Eli, you were raised with so much love, surrounded by your grandparents, Dottie and Al, and Grandma Judy. Adam, Stephanie, and Michelle, your sister Harley, cousins Logan, your aunt Jara and Cheryl, Uncle Darren and Jason, Uncle Darren and Jason, and honorary uncles Mike and Sean, Billy McGee. All that love made you a kind, sweet, respectable young man that stands here today. I am confident that your moral compass that has been instilled in you will guide you on the right path for the next chapters of your life. It is truly hard for me to express in words how proud I am of you. I wanted to let you know I'm so proud of you. I love
Ethan, you can come up to the bima now. I want to also add a few remarks. And I really enjoyed your Haftorah that you read about Samson. So Samson his parents tell him to take a vow to avoid certain things. No wine or grape juice. What else? No
Impure,
haircut.
yeah. No impure foods, no beer, no wine.
No beer, no wine, and no haircut. So Samson grows his hair really long, and then he gets great strength. And so I'm not sure what your haircut indicates about your idea about Samson, but then I heard you're committing to go to the gym 4 hours every day for the next year as part, no. Okay. Now, I was also interested to hear that you don't want to repeat the mistakes your sister made. You didn't go into detail, so you're smiling, so you know what she did wrong, and you're determined not necessarily to repeat them all. You want to comment on it? Okay. Well, I guess, some things are better left unsaid, as the Talmud says. But your family is obviously very, very proud of you, and the whole congregation is very proud of you. Last night, you really did a terrific job in our dialogue and in terms of reading the Torah as well, which includes the last part, which is the threefold benediction of the Torah. And you read that beautifully. And this morning, you did a wonderful job with everything. Now, a bar mitzvah would not be complete without presents. So I'm going to give you presents with your permission. Now, don't get your expectations up too high. So the first present we have is the Modern Men's Torah Commentary. So when you're in the gym, for those who are also, when you're doing the foot exercises, you can read this. And that's the first present. Now I have a box. I don't know what's in the box. It comes from the sisterhood, but it comes with a card that may or may not explain it. So here is this as well. And then finally, and probably most importantly, I have the bar mitzvah certificate, which is actually signed by myself and Andre and the temple president. And this bar mitzvah certificate is record that Yisrael Ben Adam, Ethan Bender, that's you? Was called to the Torah as a bar mitzvah on Shabbat Parshat Naso, which, as we said last night, is the longest portion in the whole Torah. And you did 5 Aliyah, and you did it very, very well. May 22nd, 2021, the 11th of Sivan, 5781, in the presence of Congregation Temple Beth Shalom, Sun City, Arizona. A wise son observed the teachings from the book of prophets. And this, I give this to you as a certificate that you can put in your family vault, or scan, or save, and someday they'll say, did you have a bar mitzvah? Can you prove it? And you'll say, yes, Rabbi Kaplan gave me my certificate. I have it somewhere. I'll see if I can find it. So we wish you Mazal Tov, as your father and your grandmother said. We hope that you have a long and happy life and much, much simcha and nachas, and that you really enjoy your life and contribute to another day.
Amen.
We continue now with the Hodu on page 370.
Yahalelu et Shem Adonai, ki nishgav Shemo levado, Hodo el eretz v'shamayim, vayaren keren le'amo, tila lechol hasidav, livnei Yisrael am kerovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Ki lekaktov natati lachem torati al tazovu et chaimchi lama chazichim ba vetomcheya meushar neracheya darchenoam vechol netivoteha Shalom, Hashivenu Adonai, Elecha v'nashuva, Chadesh Yameinu, Kekedem.
We conclude with the Aleinu on page 586 and 591.
Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula leotzer breshit, shelo asanu goy aratzot, velo hosamanu kemishbechot adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol amonam, vanachnu korim, Umishachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Shehamad hashamayim v'atzeh haaretz v'shel yorash b'imam. Shemiyah v'alaretz mitachat einon al kenegal melech Adonai Eloheinu kizecha. Kakatu b'toratecha Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please remain standing for the final benediction. We remember Ethan's grandfather, Henry Elias Bender, and his great-grandmother, Gigi Castro Giovanni, as we conclude this service with the priestly benediction and then the final Adon Olam.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmarecha, ken yehi ratzon.
Ethan, may God bless you and keep you.
Yaher Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha, ken yehi ratzon.
Ethan, may God's light shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you on this occasion of your bar mitzvah and in the coming years and decades.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, ken yehi ratzon.
And for all of us, may we feel God's presence within us always, and may we find peace, happiness, and much love. Let us say.
Amen.
Andre, we're ready to conclude the service. It was so much fun. Do you think we can ask Ethan to do something else?
I think according to the schedule, I believe we're starting again at 1 o'clock. Is that correct? 1 o'clock. Okay. Ethan, you said you read one prayer that stated, "I am a Jew." Yeah, you can all sit down. You read in one of your prayers early in the service, and this is a prayer that all B'nai Mitzvah read, "I am a Jew." In a world where we search for identity, it is always good to know who you are. And it's important to understand that you should always know who you are. And making that statement, "I am a Jew," is important in the world today. I hope that you continue to make that statement every day of your life, not by reading it off of a page, but by what you do. And I hope that you take advantage of all the opportunities that that statement affords you. It gets you a community, it gets you the rabbi and myself, it gets you this building, and it gets you a little closer to God.
And as director of the religious school, he'll be working for you.
Yes, as we stated last night, you'll begin. My office has has an executive bathroom in it, so so it's quite a nice space. Then, of course, you also stated in your speech that you believe that God watches over us through our difficulties in life. And the concluding song of this service has my favorite line in the entire prayer book. Adonai li velo yira. As long as God is with me, I shall not fear. So I hope that you walk out of here today knowing that you conquered this task and that God with you, you have nothing to fear, because you have not only God with you, but an entire community as well. I hope to see you around. not just as I last saw Harley, I was walking through Ice Den in Scottsdale with my, hockey coach's scowl on my face, being the hockey coach ogre that I sometimes am. And then all of a sudden this face jumped out in front of me, hi! And then I had, I completely disarmed me. I had no choice but to smile. But Ethan, we have an opportunity in the statements that you've made today to make a huge difference in the world. And I hope that you stick around and confirm those sayings that you meant today by participating in our confirmation program. We have a lot of good work to do in the world as Jews, and I'd like to have you as a partner in that good work based upon what you've said. So, best of luck. Congratulations. You did an excellent job. You see, you had nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. Confidence is the key. We conclude on page 625 with Adon Olam. Adon Olam Asher Malach V'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra. Adon Olam Asher Malach V'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra. Le'ed nasa b'efsoko azai melech shemo nichra. Adon olam asher malach b'terem kol yetzir nivra. Ve'acharei kiklotacho levado yimloch nora. Ve'hu haya ve'hu oveh ve'hu yeh betifara. Adon olam asher malach v'terem kol yetzir nivra. Le'ed nasa b'efsoko azai melech shemo nikra. Be'ado afkid ruchi be'etishan ve'ahira. Ve'im ruchi geviati Adonai li ve'lo ira. Adon olam asher malach b'terem kol yetzir nivra. Le'ed nasa b'efsoko azai melech shemo nikra. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Judy, any announcements? Adam, any announcements?
At my house, the address is on the
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to everyone joining us on Zoom. Prayer books can be left in the holders in front of you. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Do you want?
Ethan, translation.
Thank you.
Did a terrible job.
Good. You got a lot of stuff
You guys
going on.
coming? Yeah, we're gonna
Okay.
be there.
You know, the address at the front?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And if not, I know where you live.
Fran is a member of ours from Pebble Creek.
Once the first Saturday of Bobby, I tutored their grandson. Connor. I'm actually having brunch with him tomorrow morning. Connor, I'm having grown up. All grown up. I don't know.
Dream, medical advice. That
Are you going to the lunch?
Yes.
Are you here?
Going to the lunch? Oh, that's really
family.
nice.
Strongly.
I realize. So,
Well,
yeah,
it's
of course.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Church. Yes. My Sparrow said that. It was Abe all over, and they said you better. Yeah, I was gonna ask. The men's. I think so. I do.
Plan. Other.
Okay.